On 7's Gold Coast News, tailgating teen criminals.
Get them, Dad.
A father and daughter's wild vigilante chase.
Kelly Wilkinson's killer to stand trial over her alleged rape.
A record-breaking end to our warm winter. Will these temperatures continue?
A proposal for more green bridges. We reveal possible locations.
And Bluey or Birdie Beetle, your guide to this year's show-stopping show bags.
Live from the Gold Coast, 7 News with Amanda Abate and Steve Titmus.
Good evening, everyone. 4 masked teens have been arrested at gunpoint, but not before messing with a fed-up local family.
The gang attempted to break into a Maudsley home when the father-daughter duo leapt into action, recording part of their vigilante chase.
Tailgating teen criminals. A father and daughter fearless.
Get them, Dad.
Hot on the heels of 4 masked thieves after they attempted to break into their Maudsley home at 1 a.m. What the group didn't expect was the homeowners to be up.
My dad was actually awake. He was playing the PlayStation, so yeah. He banged on the door.
As the culprits fled, the duo followed.
We chased them all through Maudsley and then up to Oxenford, Cops Road. And yeah, we were just going through there, just trying to get the number plates.
The whole time on the phone to police.
And then they ended up just slamming on the brakes and chuck it in reverse and then fully rammed my dad's car. Fortunately, the car hooked on to their car, so they couldn't actually get away. And then eventually my mum came down with her car, rammed their car so that they couldn't go anywhere.
The teens were arrested here at gunpoint, the officers smashing the window of the Nissan before drawing his weapon.
We literally all huddled together like little babies.
A 14, 15 and 2 16-year-old boys were arrested at the scene. The Nissan was stolen from Matt Carr on Monday, who ran after the group in the nude. Police are also looking into if it's the same group responsible for this.
They're obviously little grubs that need apprehending, and hopefully they suffered some pain in the process of their arrest.
And a long-lasting memory of getting chased down by a fed-up family. Sam Payne, 7 Gold Coast News.
A Department of Education employee linked to a Gold Coast school has been charged with a string of child exploitation offences. Police raided a Pimpamar home last night.
I'm a detective with Argos. We have a search warrant here.
The 54-year-old was allegedly found in possession of child exploitation material. He's also accused of using encrypted messaging apps to groom children in the Philippines.
Kelly Wilkinson's estranged husband, who is in jail for her brutal murder, has now been committed to stand trial accused of rape. Paige Van Lunteren, a court heard more about the alleged cruelty Kelly endured.
Her family gave evidence during a committal hearing in court today, Amanda. Kelly's estranged husband, Brian Earl Johnston, has been charged with raping her 4 times at Arundel in the months before he killed her in 2021. Today, Kelly's father and sister gave evidence about what she had told them, including claims Johnston had forced himself on Kelly and that he would touch her inappropriately in front of their children. Another witness was asked about Johnston's mental health and told the court the alleged rapist gave him a suicide note. Johnston was sentenced to life in prison for killing Kelly. Today, he pleaded not guilty to the rape charges. The case has now been committed to the District Court for trial.
OK, Paige Van Lunteren there with the latest. Residents of a Labrador unit complex have told a court how they heard and saw 2 men arguing before one fell and hit his head. Daniel Raymond Orrell faced a hearing today at Southport Magistrates Court, charged with manslaughter. He was captured fleeing on a scooter moments after allegedly punching the victim in October last year. The 75-year-old died from his injuries almost 2 weeks after the alleged attack.
The Vortex ride at SeaWorld will remain closed for now as the theme park's engineering team conduct in-depth testing. 13 people were stuck on the ride for around 2 hours yesterday afternoon after it stopped. A cherry picker was called in to give the passengers water and umbrellas. Paramedics assessed all who were on board, but no one was taken to hospital. SeaWorld says ride stoppages are part of the attraction's operations and team members are prepared, training regularly for any malfunctions.
New pedestrian bridges could be built in a number of our central suburbs in a bid to ease traffic congestion. Councillors are split on the proposal, some suggesting road upgrades must be prioritised instead.
The bright lights of Broadbeach, so close but so far on foot for residents of Florida Gardens.
It'd be nice to just be able to cross over from the park.
A new bridge could achieve just that. City officers considering new ways to get locals across to the beachside suburb.
If we can look at getting these links in, it's going to be a 5-minute walk into the heart of Broadbeach for that community.
I walk places all the time. I don't have a car. I just ride bike and I'm always on my feet, so yeah, it'd be really good.
Similar builds have been touted from Broadbeach Waters to the Isle of Capri and Mermaid Waters to Robina, improving connectivity in our central suburbs like this bridge near Hotter. It costs ratepayers around $18 million, but the new crossings are likely to put less pressure on councils' coffers.
They will be more of your traditional style, lower cost green bridges.
We all know that people are looking at different modes of transport, and it's important that if we want to make a shift, that part of our challenge moving forward is obviously improving our roads, but it's also providing the opportunity for people to shift to other modes.
Any final suggestions from city officers will still need council support and funding. The acting mayor says there are better ways to bust congestion.
The only value that I personally see is if they go from really high density locations to a school or a business precinct. That hasn't been the case in the ones that I've seen drafted to date.
Debate continuing about how to handle growing pressure on our region's roads. Liam Bland, 7 Gold Coast News.
Clinical trials are about to get underway on a breakthrough vaccine for COVID-19, which is said to be a game changer for people with a fear of needles. Gold Coast researchers at Griffith University have been working on a version delivered via the nasal passages. Tests on animals show it protects against transmission, prevents reinfection and the spread of the virus.
If it's successful, we will move forward to the government approval and then eventually for the public use.
They say a single dose will offer protection for up to a year or more.
The number of international students in Australia is set to be slashed by almost 20,000. Education Minister Jason Clare announcing the government will cap the number of new foreign students at 270,000 for next year. It follows a record number of enrolments this year. Mr Clare says the changes, if passed by Parliament, would make the international student sector better and fairer. It's unknown at this stage what long-term impact it could have on Gold Coast universities.
Online shoppers across our city will be able to get their orders faster in a major development for local businesses. Access to everyday essentials made easier as Amazon expands its services on the Gold Coast.
Holger Numrich has a passion for promoting a healthier way of life.
It's herbal supplements mainly, so turmeric, moringa, ashwagandha, these kind of collagen maybe.
His stock made here on the Gold Coast but shipped Australia-wide with the help of Amazon.
Great supplements, great customer service. If we now can add the great delivery service and experience with Amazon Prime, that's just another great bonus for us.
Supplements like these will soon be in the hands of customers faster than before. Amazon today announcing free next-day delivery for Prime customers across our city.
Imagine you have a busy day at work, busy throughout the week, and you forgot about a costume day at your kids' school. You hop on Amazon now and you know that the delivery will be next day.
Orders as late as midnight are eligible. Access to around 1 million products made more convenient. Local business owners now bracing for a boost in sales.
I think Amazon coming into the market and just bringing the experience with the logistics and everything they learned in the US and in Europe here is massive for the consumer.
Everyday essentials only a click away. Liam Bland, 7 Gold Coast News.
The top of the Star Casino's new Super Tower in Broadbeach is now complete. The $400 million project has reached its new vertical construction milestone, now standing at 200 metres high. The 65-storey tower will have more than 200 hotel rooms and more than 400 residential units. It's due to open next year.
OK, well now for a look at the weather. And Michelle, the heat we're experiencing is now officially record-breaking.
Steve and Amanda, temperatures stayed so high last night. The Weather Bureau has confirmed a new record was set by by the smallest of margins for the warmest August night in Coolangatta. The record stood at 18.8, which goes back to 2012, but the temperature in Coolangatta only dropped to 18.9 degrees at 6:30 this morning, and that's been rounded up on the board here to 19. It was 19 at the Seaway too, which was less than 1 degree off breaking a record as well. But even with all that heat, an unusual combination of weather has played out, with fog making for a misty morning across many suburbs. It was somewhat of an eerie sight for morning walkers at Varsity Lakes, a very grey scene as the water reflected the colours of the low cloud with a nice patch of gold where the sun was trying to break through. A warm day followed and even higher temperatures are on the way. Those details coming up soon.
You can pack those doonas away, can't you?
It's about time.
Coming up, the future of the Yatala lights, why the art installation still hasn't been removed.
Swell starts where you can see this year's new pop-up displays.
And truckloads of sugar. Parents, get ready. We taste test this year's show bags. That's coming up next.
The city's acting mayor claims Gold Coasters are stuck with a controversial $2 million art installation. Councillors voted to remove the Yatala lights from the M1 in March last year. So far, city leaders and its creator have struggled to agree on a new home for the build.
It was a contract that was permanent, that was involved with a panel of council officers who actually determined the artwork for that location, and we're stuck with it at the moment.
The ratepayer-funded lights were installed in the lead up to the 2018 Commonwealth Games.
Runners weren't only hitting the pavement but spending big too when they visited our city for the Gold Coast Marathon last month. New figures show a record number of people competed in the world-famous event, and the economic impact also hit a new high. Almost $50 million was spent, up $13 million on last year.
Well, it's not a trip to the Gold Coast show without taking home the sweet treat of a show bag. From Bluey to Birdie Beetle, bags are starting at just $5, and tonight 7 News has your ultimate guide.
Roll up for a sugar rush, it's show bags galore on the Gold Coast.
It's just like Christmas.
There's truckloads of choice, more than 150 different bags starting at just $5. The top seller, Birdie Beetle.
That is an absolute favourite and not in stores anymore.
Son Elise Barwick stocking up ahead of her first game on Saturday. The perfect prize after a win.
Celebration, not fuel.
There's a son's bag too for $35.
Footy, flag, hat.
There's toys and chocolate. A sour blast will set you back $25. Socceroos $33, Bluey and Bingo bags $35. The most expensive is $40. Inside this $10 option is 100 treats. Bags for every budget. The prices haven't increased on last year.
We just try and make it as affordable as possible.
If your children or you have your sights set on one of these bags, the advice is don't wait. Most will sell out.
Show bags are unique to Australia. You can't buy a show bag in any other country, and it's just a tradition.
Taking a little bit of the show home to enjoy. Mel Whiteman, 7 Gold Coast News.
Oh dear, decisions. Queensland's largest outdoor sculpture exhibition is now underway. Swell has expanded this year with a pop-up display at Helensvale, Pacific Fair, Elanora and Broadbeach. Artist Clayton Blake has created 8 larger-than-life octopus tentacles that are on display at Chevron Island.
It's a whimsical and a contemporary take on old school nursery rhymes. So really interactive. We want people to kind of get up close and personal, walk through it. There's some really great messaging kind of embedded within the artwork.
There will be 350 artists who have contributed to more than 60 large-scale sculptures. The event runs until September the 10th. OK, let's talk about all the day's sport now with Sal Pearson.
Well, Sal, can the Titans end the season on a high?
Yes, well, let's hope so, Amanda. Hello, everyone. Why their second rower believes the team needs to stop shooting themselves in the foot. And the AFL stars who could be Gold Coast bound.
Tomorrow on Sunrise, the new ready meal boom. How households are halving their food bills with a dinner delivery service instead of buying raw ingredients from the supermarket.
Plus your first look at spring fashion, the hottest new trends at affordable prices.
See you in the morning, Gold Coast.
Gold Coast's biggest ever checkout changes. The new technology that promises to save you time. But Jenny got jammed.
I'm not sure what I scanned.
How her shopping shocker is set to become yours.
At the moment, it's bad enough you can't find people to help.
When it's coming to your local store on 7 News at 6.
Second rower Beau Fermor says the Titans need to stop shooting ourselves in the foot if they're going to have a strong end to the season. The Gold Coast face Newcastle this weekend and hope to build momentum to start a positive pre-season following a string of big losses.
Probably our chestnut of shooting ourselves in the foot. We just kept giving away, whether it was errors coming out of our own end or once we'd get them down their end, we just failed to build pressure. We let them out with penalties or errors.
AJ Brimson has now had surgery on his troubled groin.
I messaged him yesterday before his operation. I haven't spoken to him since then, but yeah, it's obviously been hampering him all year.
Kick-off against Newcastle is 2 p.m. on Sunday. And now here's Sevens League expert Trevor Gilmister with his weekly deep dive.
It'd be easy to put the cue in the rack and look forward to next year. But this team can still have a say in the makeup of the finals. Imagine taking out the Knights this week. They'd be heroes for Broncos and Dolphin fans. But on a serious side, you're only as good as your last game. And I can tell you from experience, pre-season is a bit easier if you're coming off a win to finish the year. Working on defence is a given, but also Desi's had a full year on the coast now, so he'll be wanting to get his fingerprints on the squad. If I'm a Titan, playing for your future would be a priority, and I'm pretty sure Des has a long memory.
I'm sure he does. Richmond halfback Daniel Rioli could be coast-bound with the 27-year-old requesting a trade to the Suns. It's understood the defender is eager to reunite with coach Damien Hardwick. The pair won 3 premierships together at the Tigers. Collingwood defender John Noble has also asked for a move to the Gold Coast to be closer to family. Looks like everybody wants to be on the Gold Coast, guys.
Why wouldn't you want to be? It's going to be an interesting summer.
It certainly will.
Thank you, Sal. Well, a rare sight has been spotted off the coast near Cabarita this morning. Extraordinary drone vision captured a tiny white whale swimming alongside its mother. Just gorgeous. It's believed the calf could be less than a week old due to its colour. Can't miss that.
Spectacular pictures. Coming up, superannuation shock. 1 in 4 workers are being shortchanged. What you need to know, that's soon on 7 News.
It's setting records and it's only just begun. Details on a wave of warmth in winter coming up next.
Welcome back. A disturbing act against a baby in a park. Head 7 News at 6. Here's Max Futcher.
Steve, just ahead in the news at 6, the hunt for a man who poured scalding coffee on a baby at a southeast park. The vigilante chase
Get them, Dad.
that ended a wild teen crime spree from Brisbane to the Gold Coast. The reason Logan Hospital was sent into lockdown. The new test that could screen for Alzheimer's. New look Dryser Bones revealed at the Brisbane Fashion Festival. And we road test changes to supermarket checkouts. Details coming up at 6.
Thank you, Max. Weather time now, and Michelle, what an exit winter is making.
Amanda, it even entered the record books today, with Coolangatta setting a new record for its warmest August night by 0.1 of a degree. Currently, it is 22 degrees in Coolangatta and humidity has dropped off after reaching 99%, and we had fog early this morning. Let's have a look at today's temperatures, and Coolangatta's overnight low is rounded up to 19 degrees here, and that is the new August record. The Seaway came close to an historic high as well, also on 19, and daytime temperatures there reaching a top of 29. On the satellite, a high remains in the Tasman Sea, and today a new trough edged just into the very southwest of Queensland. Tomorrow it will continue scraping the southern end of the state and sending hot air ahead of it, and that will keep these warm days coming. On the Gold Coast tomorrow, not quite as warm overnight, with 17 to 31 in Southport and Coomera and a top of 32 in Nerang. And in Surfers Paradise tomorrow, another another sunny day ahead with 17 to 31 degrees. Boaties, there'll be a strong wind warning for Gold Coast waters with north-northwesterlies reaching 30 knots. Checking the surf now, and there were some fun waves at the Spit this morning, protected from the northerly winds with sets around the 2-foot mark. The morning was definitely the pick of it. Tomorrow, the afternoon could be better with winds dropping off and the small swell swinging around to the east. Looking ahead now, and the water is where you'll want to be with 33 degrees there on Saturday and again on Monday, before those maximums take a dive, falling 9 degrees to a top of 24 Tuesday. Stephen, Amanda, that big drop just shows how unusual these warm winter days are.
Oh, it really has been, but no complaints here whatsoever, Michelle. Thank you very much, and thank you for your company this evening.
More Gold Coast news, of course, tomorrow at 5:30 on behalf of everyone. Have a great night. Bye for now.